Oh, gosh. I might even just lose straight up here. Oh, it's close. Oh, my gosh. Hey, guys. So, I'm going to do another dungeon video at the start of this week. And we are going to be doing the Beast dungeon this week, which will be Gnomeregan. Now, Gnomeregan is, in my opinion, probably the overall easiest dungeon out of the lot. The reason it's the easiest dungeon is the first boss is relatively simple, if you know what you're doing. The last boss is a complete joke. Literally the easiest boss out of all the dungeons. The only challenging boss is the second boss. If you can get over the second boss, you've completed the dungeon. So I'm doing it with Hogger right now. Unfortunately, they removed, or at least from what I can tell, they removed Really Big Candle. So Really Big Candle was what I'd consider a bit of a cheat perk. It allowed you to get a 25 level or plus 25 level kobold, which turned a 1 gold kind of relatively useless card apart from eco generation into probably the best off tank in the game for 1 gold. And potentially even the best carry if you're able to get a set number of perks that lined up. So I was able to, with that and a bug that Chalga had, get almost a full gold Chalga deck, even though I don't ever really play Chalga. So I'm currently using Hogger because I think Hogger and Olmerkai are the best leaders in Beast overall in terms of flexibility. I really like Hogger in general. So this is the Hogger build that I'm running. Now, so I've still got a cold. I've had a cold for about a month. I don't know why. I can't get rid of it. I am deathly ill all the time. In terms of the talent for Hogger, I think Ham Hock is just the best. I know there are a couple of other talents, but realistically, gaining 10% health every time that you deploy, or plus 10% max health every time you deploy him, alongside the rest of the buffs that you get for deploying Hogger over and over again, is just too strong. I've gone for Ravid with Null Brute, turns it into a cycle minion, reduces it to 2 gold, makes it a very fair cost unit. I personally like Safety Bubble, just makes these guys really difficult, a bit more sticky to deal with. Again, you guys know that I like Picklock and Defias Bandits. I like Tunnel Vision for Quillbore, just means it deploys way more quickly, which is really good for taunting and just good for getting a couple of extra basic attacks off. Of course, Well Pegs without Flame Burst are not good, and so Flame Burst is just the best talent. And I am still sticking to Elven Might, even though I do also have the stealth one as well. So I do have Shadow Meld, but I just prefer Elven Might because it's much better in PvE, much better versus bosses. This is the deck, kind of involves basically cycling to Hogger as much as possible, and then you kind of play a Hogger plus Huntress push to try and finish things off. That's essentially how you play this. Let's jump into the dungeon, see how we do. I also like this deck for PvP, by the way, and I will make a video on it for PvP with a written guide sometime soon. Right, so going to jump in, we'll do level 20, which is just a little bit above my current level. Let's see what we've got in terms of perks. Leader, the next beast minion that you play costs 1 less, but no less than 1. Grants a shield and unstable concoction. So, out of these 3, it's either primitive instruction or it's unstable concoction. Unstable concoction I quite like for a couple of reasons. I've got Flame Burst on my Well Pegs, and I've also got unbound and low cost minions. So, cycling low-cost minions with unstable concoction just means you can stack a lot of points. So I'm going to go for unstable concoction this time. Right. Before we actually start this boss, I'm basically just going to run through the tactics, because it's a boss that is quite straightforward, but it has some basic things that you need to get right. So essentially, this target will rotate, and it will rotate along here, down to this blue thing over here, across to this blue thing over here, and back up. So it basically does a little rectangle like this over and over again. So you just have to be a little bit aware of that. The tactic is that you're going to have these 2 rings spawn which make you immune to all damage and to all crowd control effects. So ideally, you want to get that on any of your minions. That's why we have the unbound minions, especially we have Quillbore. Quillbore is great at picking these up, but if you can get it onto Hogger, even better. There are 2 chests, really good for eco control. Especially if you can get Defias Bandits onto one of them. And by getting this meeting point and holding this meeting point, you can basically get access to both of these gold veins. So the tactic really is control the meeting point, access to both of the gold veins, and just try and pick up as many of those belts as possible. And of course, just be a little conscious as where that moving target goes. So let's jump into it. Okay, so I'm going to drop this way. I want to get that. I'll drop a Hogger straight away. Also drop this. So I have my favorite response to a hunter, which is just Well Pegs with Flame Burst. Let's see here. Nice, we pick that up. I'm going to send my Defias Bandits around this way. So we have picked that up, and obviously we're now going to get knocked away. But it's only my 1 cost Defias Bandits that get knocked, so it's not the worst thing in the world. going to drop a Huntress over here. We'll cycle Hogger once again to go this way. And I can now drop my Miner to pick up some gold. Oh, they both picked up the... hold on to that. They both picked up the invulnerability over this side, as you can see. So I'm going to drop that and pick up the invulnerability. And I'm going to drop both my little Murlocs, take out that ranged. And once again, it's a Hogger drop. You're probably seeing this is quite a straightforward level once you know what you're doing. Okay, so my Defiance bandits are walking over towards that chest. Good, that's going to get us a load of gold. Nice. I'm going to drop Elven Huntress to go this way. She might pick up the next. Yeah, she'll hopefully pick that up there. Which is good. I'm going to unbound behind him. I'm also going to drop well pegs. And then another Hogger, which is good. I drop my Kobold there. So I'm going to send my Murloc. So if I drop my Kobold there, he will start to walk towards the other side. Oh, that was close. And he'll hopefully be able to go mining. I'm going to drop my Defiance bandits. Pretty close to killing him, so frankly, I'm just going to drop a Hogger. And then I'm going to drop Wellpeg. My Hogger has been cycled quite a few times now. So he's doing quite well. And yeah, but even a level down, that didn't feel hard. That's quite an easy boss to deal with. You just, like, as long as you're able to consistently control those belts and get control of the meeting stone, that boss is so straightforward. It's not even a big deal. Now comes the hard boss. There is one perk on Beast that makes this boss a little bit easier to deal with. We'll see if we can get it. We're not going to get it. When a squad mini dies, its siblings gain +1 level. Whenever you have 3 or less troll blood poison. Oh, periodically healed. That isn't too bad for this level, but I don't have particularly strong minis. I think we're just going to go for Troll's Blood Potion. The reason being is that this level, okay, I'm going to go through the tactics, but if you can get the towers, it's quite strong to have something like that. My light bulb is really on its last legs, I think. Right, so this level sucks, and the reason this level sucks is because they are super stingy on the eco generation. You have 1 gold vein, 1 gold vein, and 1 chest. This chest is immediately contested by the 3 leper gnomes that spawn. So very difficult to contest that. And I would actually recommend that you do not try and take that chest immediately. The reason being is that these 2 rocket towers will just kill you. So your primary aim in this particular level should be take control of the rocket towers as soon as physically possible. Once you have control of the rocket towers, this level is easy. Gaining control of the rocket towers is another question in itself. Right, we'll drop that there. So we should... Well, pegs are really good at taking control of the leopard towers, by the way. I need to get my Huntress out on this side. Huntress has got to save the day here. Oh, gosh. I might even just lose straight up here. Oh, it's close. Oh, my gosh. Right. We now need to... See, this is why this is hard. We now need to basically come back in this game. Well pegs going down again. Well pegs immediately explode, by the way, especially if you have flame burst in the poison, so that's pretty good. Now we just need to control this area. I'm probably going to send another Hogger. Didn't get it. This is the problem. Controlling that particular... Right, we're going to send him... Right, I need to get some well pegs down. Well pegs, come on. They're the only thing that can save me here. Immediately blow up. Nice. Please kill it. Please kill it. Gonna send another Hogger. So we are desperately holding on here. We survive with a sliver of HP. We just need to get both of these rocket towers up and firing, and then this level becomes so much easier. Okay. Here we go. This is better. This is better. So much better. Now we're getting the gold, you see. I'm gonna drop my miner here. I need to just try and buy some time on this side. I'm gonna drop everything that I can. I don't want to lose that tower. Losing that tower would be pretty monumental. Drop the well pegs, just try and blow up. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Gonna drop Hogger on this side. Drop my Murlocs because they should get to the chest in time to stop it from going down. Well pegs? Yeah, well pegs gonna have to go down here. Okay, Hogger's on the boss. We're gonna unbound behind it. Oh, well, you can see, like, I'm gonna drop. Hogger. Okay, the poisons did it. Goodness gracious! Right, there was one perk that makes this like honestly makes this entire dungeon trivial, and that's Stranglethorn Commendation. So if you get offered Stranglethorn Commendation, take it, especially if you're running a Hogger Cycle Beast deck and you just got loads of low-cost beasts. It just makes this entire dungeon quite trivial. You can see we survived by the skin of our teeth on that one. Ideally, I would have had well pegs to blow up that push from the right-hand side. I think I used them to try and take a tower, but you can just see how important taking control of those rocket towers is on that second boss. Once you got control of those rocket towers, the level becomes quite easy. The challenge is getting control of those rocket towers, especially because you don't have the resources. That, I think, is the most challenging part about that second boss, is that you just do not have the resources to actually contest. Here we go. Unbound Mini deals damage. Playing your leader summons 2 Defias bandits. Flying minions gain stealth. Take that. I mean, it doesn't really matter because this boss is trivial. This boss is really trivial. So we're going to show you why. The only thing, so basically what happens is these little bulbs spawn. You need to blow the bulbs up and it sends a bomb at the boss, right? You're not actually fighting the boss. You're actually fighting the minions that the boss spawns most of the time. But you also have access to 2 gold veins that the enemy cannot get to, which basically allows you to spam units out consistently. The only thing that you need to be conscious of is not overcommitting, because your minions, as soon as they get to Mechanganir Thermoplug, whatever his name is, they will just die. I mean, you cannot fight him normally. You have to fight him through the bulbs. I'm going to show you that now. There's that. I'm going to drop that. I'm just going to immediately drop the whelps on him. This. I'm not going to commit any more until I can see where some more bulbs spawn. Just drop those guys there. I'll drop another. Okay. I don't want to lose that that bulb. Ignore that one. I'm not going to commit too much more. I just want to cycle to my Kobold. I need someone to hold this big boy. I'll drop those guys there to get that one. Also drop my well pegs. Okay, get that one. There's quite a few over on that side, so I'm going to drop that one really far up. And I'm going to drop my... These guys are MVPs on this one, by the way. You can see, like, I'm barely being challenged on this at the moment. I will lose my... I think I'll lose my first one there. I'm going to drop him over here. Okay. Okay, so it's done. Quite a few on this side, but we should be fine to pick up most of them. I'll drop my Defias bandits here. They're quite slow at taking them, but that's fine. I'm going to drop my well pegs again. I'm leaving a lot of gold on the table right now, so I just want to make sure I cycle to my Kobold as much as possible. lost another one there, but that's not a big deal. Unburrowed. Yeah, wow, that unburrow damage does nothing. That was a bit of a waste of a talent if I had to be honest. But look, I mean, look, you know, we're not struggling. Yeah, we're losing a few here or there, but we're really not struggling. We're significantly ahead. We just need to hit a few more and we win, basically. So. Okay, do that. Do that. We've basically won now. Sure. Want a load of minions at once, and he should be bong bong bong. Yeah, I mean this boss is trivial. You could beat this boss like 4 levels up if you had to. Because you have access to so much gold, and you can just spam units that it doesn't really matter about defending these. You can usually outnumber your opponent massively. It's more about just obviously just getting those bulbs. That boss is in my opinion just a massive joke. So once you get past the second boss, that's the most important one. Once you pass that, the dungeon's done, and that should now hopefully allow me to get, well, I'm nearly a fully upgraded Hogger deck. I might take the double silver. I prefer to have kind of more even levels across the board. I need to do 2 more, and I've got Hogger 2 full golden. So I'm actually, Hogger is now equal to my Chalga deck, which you can see here, do 21s, and I've only got a few more to do on Old Murkai. I actually just I wasn't lazy with my beast week, but there you go. That's Gnomeregan. Pretty easy in my opinion. Just that second boss being the most difficult to deal with. So we'll. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you will come back to watch some more content. We're pretty close to global launch. I think we're about, what, 2 weeks away? Let me check the calendar. We are, yeah, just under 2 weeks away from global launch. So that's exciting. I will see you all very soon.